Welcome to Barbie's Bitch House.
Last time on Barbie's Bitch House, we had a very interesting episode. We found out about Bill's dead mother who coughed while cooking, and there was also a new wife that Bill's dad had. Her name's Carmen Maria. And now we're in chapter 7. We're almost halfway through this book. This is called Wrong Invoices. Okay.
And not really a lot happened last chapter. Except for that one scene. But, I mean, it was really,
It was just meh. I think we made it interesting by, being fucking stupid. Okay. Wrong Invoices is chapter 7. Miss Billings was a longtime customer. Or rather, the family were. Bill's father, Harold, had opened the credit line many years ago with Mrs. Billings Sr. Harold still delivered goods once a month personally. But today the mantle had passed to Bill, or William, as the old lady affectionately called him. Oh, not an old lady. They were property developers in the borough of Westminster, and were tipped as favorites for the refurb of Buckingham Palace. Still, the family didn't live on their laurels, and Samantha Billings, a successful London model in her own right, was the existing lady of the house. She was extremely beautiful, but lonely. Her day job ensured she took no prisoners, and as such she took her pleasures elsewhere. One of these was Bill Badger, an innocuous chap who delivered her wine and cheese. Bill parked his faithful delivery wagon. It makes you think of the 1700s. The faithful delivery wagon. He's like, hold on, lassie. It's like a horse. There was a horse in another book that Rocky wrote, and the horse's name was Toffee Apple Chew. The sellers were only 10 meters away, and he quickly stowed the 35 cases of champagne. Jesus Christ. The cheeses, too, were left there to be collected as needed by the chef on duty. All he needed was a signature, and he could be on his merry way. He dutifully dialed 6 hashtag into the console and waited for a reply. The microphone burst into life, and Bill... I thought I was going to say burst into flames. Just randomly pyrotechnics. And Bill said, Harold's Emporium, signature required. What the fuck? Okay, what... We'll just give Samantha, a sultry voice. Bill.
Samantha.
Bill. Samantha here. I'm doing my dumb blonde voice. Could you take the lift to the 3rd floor, please? I need to check some old invoices with you. Certainly, madame. Madame. I'll be with you in 2 ticks. Bill smiled. It sounded like he was about to get his first cup of hot chocolate that morning as he walked over to the lift. I think he's about to get a cup of vagina juice. The lift pinged loudly as the doors opened onto the private quarters of the Billings family. This was hallowed ground, and Harold and William Badger were probably the only 2 non-members of the family to set foot on the sacred carpets lining the corridors. Bill knew where to go and wasted no time in doing so. To be caught loitering in such a zone was certain death by 1,000 questions from Miss Billings Sr., and Bill had no need for a pardon initiated by his father when he was told of his plight. I don't know what the fuck that means, but period. Samantha met him at the end of the first corridor with a fistful of invoices in her hand. Ooh, sexy invoices. Dressed only in an extremely skimpy silk bathrobe, she took Bill's hand and pulled him into a large anteroom. Where that is. The long blonde-haired Samantha laid the paperwork onto the table and guided Bill through some elaborately inlaid oak doors into a luxurious boudoir. Bill started to gently perspire. How do you gently sweat? He's gently sweating, being like...
Gently sweating.
Deep down, Bill Badger's cock started to stir, and he deeply wished he could do some tinned beans stacking. Nothing I love more than cock and beans. Bill, I purchased this bar of luxury soap from you last week, but I still haven't been able to remove the wrapper. Would you mind being a sweetie and doing it now? Bill blushed, hiding his erection with his 2 hands. Samantha Billings was an extremely attractive woman, and no doubt had the intelligence to match it. But being unable to remove the cellophane from a bar of soap was absurd. Bill's clocking her shit. Bill took her from her hand and attempted to penetrate the hard plastic. Why is he using penetrate to discuss opening a bar of soap? That makes you think he's shoving
Penetrate the plastic.
makes you think he's shoving his dick in it. Gross. He was getting nowhere.
Soap.
He was getting nowhere and decided to reassess his initial thoughts about Miss Billings. I think he's saying reassessing the thoughts about it being easy to open. I thought he was reassessing his thoughts about her being smart. Samantha Billings he's like, Samantha Billings is a dumb bitch. Always the resourceful one, Bill pulled his Stanley pocket knife from his apron pocket. He opened the blade and slit the packaging off the soap bar. I knew you could do it, Bill. Now, would you mind soaping me up in the bath? I only need a few minutes soak this morning. Samantha removed the bathrobe, handing it to Bill, and stepped into the bath naked. Bill gulped. Samantha wasn't... whenever Bill gulps, I'm going to have you gulp before me. Okay, so Bill gulped. Do it again. Bill gulped. Samantha was indeed a beauty.
Like fucking goofy.
That's the point. Samantha was indeed a beauty. Her taut breasts retained their position as she bent down to enter the bath. This is what I feel like when I enter the bath. My tits are out, all of it. The swirling steam soon had her nipples visibly extending.
I hate that.
I'm just imagining it like, woo! Like in Shrek when Pinocchio's nose grows and you hear the woo! That's her nipples. She's like, that's how she feels the water with her nipples. She's like,
I hate
hot.
that.
It's like they extend, go poop, and then she's like, oop, too hot, and then they extend back in.
That visual is disturbing.
Too hot. Okay. The swirling steam soon had her nipples visibly extending, and Bill clutched the glistening soap bar, wondering where not to start, whilst his cock throbbed in anticipation. Don't be such a bore, Bill. Wet the soap and rub it on my tits. Bill got closer to the bath and did as he was told. Oh, that tickles, Bill. You are a saucy one. She's a snake. A saucy one. Splash. Splash with 2 S's and 3 H's at the end. Splash. And Bill found himself soaking wet as Samantha clumsily moved her body in the water. Bugger. I'm just remembering when you said burger instead of bugger. Bugger, thought Bill. That's the end of that uniform for today. I'm so sorry, Bill, said a grinning Samantha. Let me remove it for you, and I'll hang it up to dry. This is like classic porno. Like, oops, I dropped the soap. Samantha stepped quickly out of the bath and stripped the hapless Bill of his sodden uniform, shoes and all. Now completely naked, Bill's cock free at last from his drowser... Hold on. Now completely naked, Bill's cock free at last from its trousers did what it did best and sprung boing to attention. The action hadn't gone unnoticed, and Samantha started salivating as she threw Bill's sopping clothes over a couple of Chesterfield armchairs.
I imagine her just like
when you look at her. I thought she was gonna say she was salivating like she saw a cheeseburger. On the penis. Samantha pushed Bill backwards until his legs were trapped against the bathtub. I'm just getting a visual of her nipples extending and wrapping around him. Being like, you're mine now, boy. And they tie around each other and rope him in like a lasso.
I hate that so much.
Samantha pushed Bill backwards until his legs were trapped against the bathtub, and with a gentle downwards push, submerged his protesting body under the water.
Fucking trying to kill him.
Die, Bill. I like fucking corpses. Samantha quickly jumped in after him and grabbed his cock before he could regain his balance. So she pushed him down and was like, fuck me, Bill. Do it hard and do it now. Bill gurgled.
The way you said that.
It gets better. Bill gurgled and shrieked because he's gonna fucking murder.
Because he's under fucking water. I imagine you can see nothing but his
Wait,
cock.
do you have water in this?
Yes.
Can I take a sip of it? For the...
Yeah.
Should I remove the straw or do you care?
I don't know how much is in. I don't even know if there's really any in it.
I just need a little bit. There's a little bit. Okay, can I drink out of the straw?
Yes, you can drink out of the straw. I'm sure you don't have diseases, so you can just take a sip.
That fucking straw had a taste on it. What did you eat? Because that there's residue on the straw.
Hold on, now I gotta taste weird.
I could taste it.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
That's why it tastes like that.
Oh, anyways, so he said, Miss Billings, Samantha, I'm submerged. I can't see what I'm doing. No worries, Bill. I'll guide you in. Bill finished her words with a futile thought of red leader. What? Red leader. Samantha Billings was a beast in the bath.
I need you to say that one line again. Fuck me hard, Bill.
Fuck me, Bill. Do it hard. And do it now.
Okay.
Samantha Billings was a beast in the bath. Splashing. That makes me think of that Brandon Rogers video where Cornbread's like, it looked my balls. I feel like this episode is one of the best ones we've done. Samantha Billings was a beast in the bath. Splashing water somehow seemed to turn her on even more. And as she was used in real life to getting what she wanted, Bill was unable to deny her.
All I'm thinking about is, like, I know it's bad, but, like, soap on his
penis.
cock. But, like, getting into
the pee hole.
Like,
he needs some cranberry juice.
Just, like, if you're having sex and there's, like soap all over your cock and balls, like I mean, like, it's going in the other person, and I just think about how much you're probably gonna get an infection up in that bitch.
She has the money to fix that. Bill wasn't able to deny her. Truth be told, Bill wouldn't have dared. This was one of his father's pet accounts, and it's such anything went. But by now, I'm so confused. By now, Samantha had managed to get Bill Badger's cock up her very wet vagina, and she was leveraging herself deeper and deeper into his member. Bill groaned deeply. That sounds like a whale. Groaned deeply. As the bathwater started to relax him. Hold on, let's try and get some wet noises. That's the bathwater.
No, it says something about her juicy. No, it says something like hard. We gotta go like.
Like metal, like clinking into her vagina.
You're not talking about the freaking thing where it's like the pipe sound noise. It's like hard Bill. Okay.
Deep water while the bathwater started to relax, and Samantha started to emit tiny ear-shattering screams as she approached her climax. Orgasms were so good underwater, she briefly thought as she applied more power to her thrust. At last she came, and Bill gratefully slipped out of her. And in the same fluid movement, the bath, whoop, he got out of the water.
Sounds like he fucking fell and broke his hip.
He stood by the edge, watching Samantha slowly submerge under the suds as she recovered from the mother of all orgasms.
She's just fucking drowning.
I know. In the nick of time, he grabbed her chin and kept her mouth and nose above the suds line. Bill slowly helped the satiated Samantha out of the bath, grabbing a towel from the rack and starting to gently dry her off. Bill, gasped Samantha, why don't you give up your job and come and work for us, the Billings family? We need a good handyman around this place, and I think you'd fit in. Just dandy.
Fit in.
Bill laughed. God, not the nipples again. Bill laughed for the first time that day as he flicked a bit of water off her right nipple with his right forefinger. Her tits of steel. Bit of water off her right nipple with his right forefinger, and then traveled up and down her legs, drying her off the way he used to do the Labradors at his parents' home.
That's kind of fucking weird.
I don't like how he's comparing drying off a naked woman to drying off dogs at his house. What is wrong with Bill? He needs therapy. His mother's dead. I love how we haven't even seen fucking Dr. Stud since chapter 1. I thought she was going to have a big role.
I'm pretty sure
it's
like a different lady almost every chapter.
It
but,
is.
But I'm sure that the mother-in-law sort of will kind of come back later, I'm sure.
I accidentally skipped a little bit and I saw Valerie's name. So we know she's returning. That's fun. Okay.
I was just saying, like, so far, it's a different person each time.
Miss Billings, you know better than I that my father and your mother have an agreement about not poaching each other's staff. Besides, you couldn't afford me. Ooh! Bill winked at her and started to dress. His uniform had barely stopped dripping, but he needed to press on. His next customer was one of his oldest in terms of being with the company, but sadly not in terms of age. The wrong invoices, Miss Billings? Bill quietly hinted at the initial reason he'd been sidetracked when delivering the wine and cheese. They'll keep till next time, Bill. But I will pay them. This time. She laughed a long, deep-throated laugh full of sexual satisfaction. That's what that laugh was. And mentally started to plan her next campaign of sexual exploits with Mr. Bill Badger of Harold's Emporium. Samantha Billings enjoyed the subterfuge. I don't know what the fuck that is. The little bit of tick and tack, which she would always win. It really did set her up for the week. She put on a flimsy silk dress and long black leather boots, leaving her heaving breasts bare, and strode over to her writing table. She sat down and put pen to paper. I feel like her nipples are writing for her. Like, whoop. Bald Bill slouched. What the fuck? What? Okay. Bald Bill slouched hunchback. This is like she's writing something. Bald Bill slouched hunchbacked into the Harlot's parlor and laid his 2 pence down on Dora's ceramic pot. Which she kept for such circumstances. The large tin bathtub in the corner had just been filled, and she backed Bald Bill, clothes and all, to its edge. With a flourish, Dora pushed him in. She followed and allowed him to have his little play with her boobies. After all, 2 pennies was 2 pennies, Dora thought. Oh, she's writing a porno in a porno book.
Porno bookception.
Pornoception. Samantha, poor reception. Porn reception, whatever. Yes, she thought, this new book... Oh, hold on. Samantha leaned back and put the top of the 1960s blue ink Parker pen to her teeth. Yes, she thought. This new book was indeed going well. Bill Badger was certainly an unseen source of inspiration. Samantha continued writing in her glorious cursive script for another 500 words, her allotted maximum. She put the pen down and rang down to housekeeping. Charles, can you order 10 blue ink cartridges from Harold's? Make delivery a week today. Samantha calmly put the phone down. A frissence, F-R-I-S-S-E-N-C-E, of excitement passed through her brain. Ooh, she thought, I'm ever so naughty. And because of that, my book will be a bestseller. That's the end of chapter 7.
All I can think about it now, that I've, like, done it, is that every time they fuck, it's like...
And then whenever he's, like, trying to get in, but he, like, hits her lip, it's like... Okay.
I'm just like... Sorry.
Chapter 8 is called Cheese, Wine, and Cork. So we will be reading that next time.
I'm assuming Bill's the cork.
No, her nipples are the cork.
Oh, God.
Thank you guys for watching.